negotiated solution can be found. As a matter of fact, there is no military solution to anything related to Iran. They have tested us times and again. We never bow to any pressure or threat, and we resist against any aggression, against any pressure. We also resist against any sanction. For more than 40 years, my country has been the target of, our people actually had been the target of brutal sanctions imposed by the United States against us. But it didn't change our determination. It didn't change our policies. The Iranian people only answer to the language of respect, as we did in the past. Anytime they approached us with the language of respect, offered diplomacy, offered negotiation, we have reciprocated the same language, and we have answered positively to any diplomatic solution. Now, after 40 days of war, when the US became hopeless of achieving any goal in their aggression against Iran, they offered negotiation. We are interested in negotiation, but only if the other side is serious and is in line of real negotiations. We have no trust to Americans. This is a fact, and this is the main obstacle in the way of any diplomatic effort. I think all of you know that we have every reason not to trust Americans, while they have no reason not to trust us. In 2015, we made a nuclear deal with Americans, together with other members of the Security Council and Germany, the so-called P5+1. We negotiated for more than 2 years, almost 2.5 years, and we came to a very good deal, and the whole world celebrated that as an achievement of diplomacy. But only 1 year after it was concluded, the new US administration, it was the first term of Trump administration, withdrew from that deal with no justification, with no reason, while Iran was fully committed to all of its obligations in that deal, which is known as JCPOA. And then in 2025, in June, again, we entered into negotiation with them. After 5 rounds of negotiation, they decided to attack us. And we had 12 days of war in last year. This year again, they offered negotiation, and we had 3 rounds of negotiations, first in Muscat and then 2 times in Geneva. The last round was on 26 February, and the Omani Foreign Minister, my dear friend Badr al-Busaidi, who mediated those negotiations, he posted a tweet and said that we made significant progress. I'm sure you have seen his tweet. And it's interesting that before he posted his tweet, he showed that to both delegations, the Iranian and US delegations. And the US delegation confirmed that, yes, we made significant progress today. And hopefully we can conclude a deal very soon. But only 2 days after, on 28 February, they made an aggression, together with Israelis, against my people. So the most important issue right now is the question of trust. We cannot trust Americans at all. So everything should be exact. Everything should be defined very clearly before we can conclude a deal. We have resisted in a very brutal war against my people. They couldn't achieve any of their goals. And it is obvious that those things they have not been able to achieve militarily, they cannot achieve on negotiation table unless there is a win-win solution achieved. So the current negotiation is suffering from the lack of trust. It is also suffering from contradictory messages we receive from Americans. Every day is different from the other day, from yesterday. A tweet today is different from yesterday's tweet. Sometimes in one day we receive 2 different messages. And this is the problem. And add to the question of mistrust. We know that there are also some spoilers who try to derail diplomacy. It's a fact. The warmongers who want to drag the US again into another war. And I hope that wisdom and diplomacy would finally prevail and we go in line of diplomacy to find a negotiated solution. There is no solution but a negotiated one. It's a fact. So with these brief comments, I am available for any question.
How do you view India's relationship with the UAE in the current context? The United Arab Emirates.
So our relation?
India's relation with the United Arab Emirates.
So what is the question?
How do you view it? Given the fact that very closer.
Well, the voice is not very good, so India has relations with so many countries, and this is actually related to India to decide for its relations. What matters for us is good relations which exist between us and India, and as I said, it is rooted in history, and it is rooted in old political, economic, and cultural relations we have always had, and we are determined to continue our good relations with India.
Excellency, Sakaa Jacob from Times Now. My question is, yesterday, President Trump and President Xi Jinping of China met, and they issued a statement in which the Americans said that both China and America said that Iran cannot possess a nuclear weapon, and that both China and America agreed that the Strait of Hormuz should be open. What do you have to say to that?
Well, we share the same opinion. Iran has never wanted nuclear weapon, and we have proved that when we signed the deal in 2015, and we have said times and again that we don't want nuclear weapon, and this is not our policy. We have a peaceful nuclear program, and we have always been ready to make confidence that this program is peaceful and would remain peaceful. On the Strait of Hormuz, this is also our wish that it would be fully reopened. As far as we are concerned, the Strait of Hormuz is open and all vessels can pass except